Okay, we are going to be talking about doing your homework this evening, and that is going to be worksheet 2 of section 2.4, and it's still the application interpretation of a line. So let's go ahead. I'm not going to do problem 1 for you. Problem 1 is about Target stores. Problem 2 is a salary problem, which we already talked about. And problem 3 is going to be the Chevy Silverado problem, which we are going to do together. So let's read this. A fully loaded 2010 Chevy Colorado, or Chevy Silverado, sorry, purchased was sold in 2012 for $42,500. What do I need to know out of there? In 2012, I sold it for $42,500. However, in 2014, it sold again for $39,500. Find the linear equations describing the value of the truck. Now, your brain needs to find the subjects that we were talking about whenever we read this just now. What are the two subjects that we are comparing and contrasting? If you said the year that we sold it versus the year that we paid for it, you would be right. So we're comparing and contrasting our year with our price. Our year is our time. Time can never be controlled, so that is going to be our x, which is our independent variable. And then our price is our y value, and that is going to be dependent upon when I sold it. Now, this says interpret the slope and the y-intercept. So if I'm interpreting the slope and the y-intercept, I need to understand that 2012 is going to be 2. So basically, I need to come up with some ordered pairs out of this information. So the first ordered pair that I'm going to come up with is going to be 2012 being 2. So that's my year, 2, and I want to know in 2012 how much I sold it for. 42,500 is how much I sold it for, or bought it for, sorry. Then in 2014, well, if 2 represents 2012, what's 2014? Well, that's going to be 2 more units, which is going to be 4. So in 2014, which is 4, I sold that for $39,500. Now my goal is to find the slope of the line as well as the equation of the line. So let's find the slope. The slope is going to be 39,500 minus 42,500 all over 4 minus 2. Now, anytime you guys are doing these problems, immediately I want you to have your calculator up and I want you to be pushing numbers in. Do we already know what these are going to be? Yes, but I always want you to see the value on the screen. So we know this is going to be negative 3,000 over 4 minus 2 is going to be 2. So negative 3,000 divided by 2 is going to be negative 1,500. That is very difficult to read. That looks like an 8. And I did it again, y'all. Struggle is real. There. Sorry. Now, I'm going to stop, and we're going to come over here and we're going to interpret that. Slope is the change of y over the change of x. What did we say is the subject for y? That is the price that we sold our vehicle at. What is x? X is the year that we sold our vehicle. And we're saying that our slope is negative 1,500 over 1. What does that mean? Why is it negative? Well, if you said why it's negative is because it's losing money as it ages, you would be right. So how much money is it losing every year? If you said it's losing $1,500, you would be right as well. So every year, the truck decreases in value by $1,500. Decreases because it's a slope of negative. I'm losing money. Okay? So we're not done with this. We're going to come back over here and we're going to find the equation of the line. So how do I do that? Come on. I need to find my b value. So how do I do that? Y is equal to mx plus b. Y, I'm going to go ahead and choose 2 and 42,500. So y is 42,500, m is negative 1500, x is going to be 2 plus b. So 4,200 equals negative 3,000 plus b. I'm going to add 3,000. And I have 45500 is equal to b. So my equation is y is equal to negative 1,500 x plus 45500. Now, this says to interpret the slope, or the y-intercept. The y-intercept is going to be 0b, which is x, y, which, what does x correspond to? The year, and then the price. This is going to be 0, and then the price that I have, that it's worth, is the 45,500. So that means in year, what does 0 represent? What does 0 represent? I need to figure that out, right? So if 2 is 2012, what's 0? Well, I'm going to go down my years, so that's going to be 2010. So in 2010, the truck cost $45,500. Okay? This is just another example because I think sometimes we need a little bit more practice on this. It says interpret the following equation given x represents the years with 1995 being 5. So x equals 5 is 1995. And y represents the winning time in seconds. Okay. So if x equals 5 is 1995, what's x equals 0? Because 0 is our y-intercept. Well, x equals 0 is going to be 5 years before that, which is going to be 1990. So my y-intercept in 1990, the winning time was 3:45. Okay? However, let's talk about this. We are comparing years with winning time. This represents the years, and y represents the winning time. So that means we're going to have the change of y over the change of x. So that is the change of the winning time over the year, and that is going to be negative 2.3 over 1. If it's negative, what does that mean? That means it's decreasing, right? So the winning time is shaving off seconds of 2.3. So it's actually, you're getting faster, right? So the winning time every year decreases by 2.3 seconds, or is getting faster by 2.3 seconds, right? That's what that means if you're racing. Okay? Same concept, interpret the following equation given x represents the number of hours. So x is hours and y represents the score. So that's the change of y over the change of x. Y is the change of your score over the change of your hours. And that is going to be, ooh, we have two different ones here. We have the decimal or we have the fraction. So 12 over 5, which is the same thing as 2.4 over 1. So that means for every hour, your score increases 2.4% if we do the 2.4. Or we can say for every 5 hours, your score increases 12%. Do you see how that's possible? Then let's talk about this one right here, which is the 65. The 65 says what? Well, that says if you don't study, your score is a 65%. Okay? That is worksheet 2 for worksheet 2.